right, welcome.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another segment of Ask Father A, or Father A's How To. If you're asking if it's another segment, no, this is the first. Don't worry. You're not missing anything. Tonight we will be having a walkthrough, a how-to guide of two of the most famous cocktails. The question is, how do I make a good Manhattan? How do I make a good old-fashioned? Because let me tell you, everything you're getting at your local dive, that ain't good. Don't drink that. You're better than that, you know. So, I want to walk you through how to make not a perfect Manhattan according to the type, because that's a different thing, but what I consider the best Manhattan and what I consider the best way to make an old-fashioned. But to do so, you're going to need a few supplies. This is true. So, let's take a look to see what we'll be using tonight. The first is your base alcohol, your base liquor. Now, you'll see here that I have Knobs Creek Rye. This is a very nice rye. It's not too pricey, not too low either. I generally try to make most of my mixed drinks with rye rather than bourbon. I think bourbon adds a little too much sweetness. Rye adds a little more body to it. I basically have a rule. If you can make a drink with a bourbon, you can make it better with a rye. So, that's my suggestion. Now, you may say, Father A, what do I do? I only have bourbon. Well, I would say you might need to look over a few things in your life. But if not, oh, my audience is so disruptive. If not, don't worry. You can make all the drinks we're going to make tonight with bourbon too, with a couple little changes that I will be supplying for you. The next thing is a good sweet vermouth. Now, everybody grew up on Martini and Rossi, and Martini and Rossi is not a terrible vermouth, but let me tell you, it isn't a good vermouth either. So, if you're looking for a good vermouth, a Kochi is a good vermouth. Also, what is this called? It's the Carpano. Carpano is a fantastic vermouth. It will make your Manhattans even better than you had ever thought they could be. The next would be the choice of a good maraschino cherry, a good cherry. Now, the best are Luxardo cherries. They're delicious, they're wonderful, and they're worth their weight in gold. Now, the problem is, this is just your local parson right here, your local vicar, one might say, and I don't quite have enough cash for Luxardo cherries. So we got to go for the second best. And the second best that I found are Bada Bing cherries. Bada Bing are much better than your store-bought, well, I mean, this is bought in the stores, don't worry. But this is much better than the maraschino cherries that you grew up with on your sundaes or whatever you used to put them on. Those are overly sweet, and frankly, they're gross. These taste like real cherries and are wonderful. The last are some bitters. I don't got much special with bitters. Just Angostura right there. And a lemon. Now, I said earlier we could make all the drinks that we're going to make with bourbon. This is true. But you'll have to change one main thing. If you're using bourbon instead of rye, and again, I weep for you if so, but if you are, you will need to change your lemon into an orange. So if you can do that via, I don't know, Magic or via Hy-Vee Isles, whatever means you choose, please transform your lemon to an orange if you are using bourbon. Now there'll be one last ingredient that you will need, and that will be some simple syrup. I have made some simple syrup right here. It is about as simple as you can get. I use for my drinks a 2-to-1 ratio for my simple syrup, which means 2 cups of sugar for 1 cup of water. Yes, that is more than average sugar per water ratio, but that's because you're looking for the velvety texture that it will help to give it when you mix your old-fashioned, which I'll get to later. So that's what you'll need. Thank you all so much for joining us. Please join us for Lollapalooza tonight, where we will have even more fun, but also we'll be supporting this parish that we love. One comment at the end, we always want people to drink responsibly, so please, if you are partaking of a beverage tonight, make sure that you do so responsibly, and make sure always to get a driver to, wait a minute, you're not going anywhere tonight. Don't get a driver. But if you are going somewhere tonight, get a driver, because everyone wants to remain safe and remain in the state of grace. So thank you all very much. God bless you.